You shot a film in Melbourne some years ago now, but you're back as part of the film festival. What is it like for you being back here, number one, and then in comparison to other places that you've travelled to? Because you're a different level of superstardom in certain countries. Is it different when you're here?
I can walk around everywhere. I prefer not to. Not for any other reason, but I guess what you're asking is it nice to be here where you don't have so many people who may recognize me? So yeah, one part, it's lovely because Melbourne itself is very pretty. I remember when I came here, I was just telling my team that I had so much time and so much quietude here that I began writing a book. Like it was so lending itself to writing a book. Yeah, so it's really wonderful to be here. And I also, I don't know if it's true or not, but my experience of Melbourne and why I like it here is it's got an amazingly gentle sporting culture. That's one thing I remember Melbourne for, that it had so many sporting facilities and little clubs for people to participate in. So I look forward to showing that to my friends here if I get the opportunity.
Your career morphed and changed. You mentioned before about somewhat of a pressure maybe to keep producing hit after hit after hit. Is that something that you feel innately?
No, not at all actually. And the good part of my career for 30 years is that I just make what I feel like making. And sometimes it just goes right, I don't know how. Sometimes it goes wrong and I still don't know how. So I like that space where I'm really not planning out to churn out a hit after a hit. I was joking. They turned out to be good. And I do realize most of the times that I make a successful film, it's not because of me. You know, I just happen to be a part of it and I'm not being modest or humble about it. It's true. And similarly, you know, when I end up making a film, I feel extremely proud that I at least took a chance of trying a different film. Yeah. So there's no pressure like that. But like I said, I always, for years that I've worked, and I've worked a lot of years and a lot of films, I've only done it when I felt like doing it. So at this point in time, I don't feel like doing it for some time, but I'll be back. My kids are both going to colleges and I want to spend a little time with my daughter. So I've taken time off for that. When you're shooting films, you don't get any time. So I think I've gone a little lazy and I'm enjoying this little relaxed, laid back. And yeah, if you're laid back, then I think Melbourne's the right place to come.
I think you're right. But what do you think you will feel like making? What do you feel like is next for Shah Rukh Khan?
I want to make an action film, a lot of kicks and punches.
I think that would be very popular as well. Now, for you and where you are in your career, you've achieved so much, been in such a huge figure for the Indian cinema industry. But you're also still very concerned with new talent and really nurturing that as well. Why is that such a passion for you?
The more I spend time making films and the more achievements, and the more accolades and goodness that I get because of cinema, I realize the less it actually belongs to me. It's because of the people who have encouraged me to do it. And I think if I can also participate in that, trying to encourage new people or, nobody can make you or break you. I think if I can just be there, to kind of be guiding or kind of being supporting or kind of just being there. It's important to, create new talent, especially in the field of writing. I think that's important because writing can be at any age. The other aspects, maybe cinematography and stuff, you have to learn a bit. But I think writing, plus the technology part, I think if we can enthuse people to join cinema in that terms, and if I can do it in the smallest way possible, I'd like to.
Well, you've certainly been there for a lot of people throughout your career as well, including your fans too. Now, I also cover sport on our program, and I have to ask, are you a cricket fan?
Oh yes, I used to play cricket. I used to play at the state level when I was very young.
Do you have an eye on the Ashes series currently between Australia and England?
Yes, I missed the day before. I think Leon did very well. Mm-hmm. But I follow all the cricket. Because not only because we have a team back home, but
a pretty good one.
A pretty good one, yeah. Hopefully we'll do better this year. But yes, I do watch cricket more often than not. Though of course I must admit the shorter format is gaining a little more popularity with me. It's faster and easier to watch. Though I do watch the 5-day matches also. I keep awake late nights.
Shah Rukh Khan, thank you very much for joining us on News
Thank you,
Breakfast.
Georgie.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on your show early morning.
Feels amazing. I was here 2 years ago and I'm just enjoying the experience all over again. Keep giving us the love. That love really matters and it empowers us and helps us grow further.
It's always wonderful. It's my 8th year that I'm back here, and the warmth, the love, the cold weather, that never changes. So it's always a pleasure to be back here. To see the kind of support that you get, that's amazing.
थैंक यू. मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि इतने लोगों ने हमें इतने सालों से प्यार दिया. पहली बार आया हूँ तो बहुत खुश हूँ कि आने का मौका मिला और बहुत खुश महसूस कर रहा हूँ. Obviously, we interact on social media. We don't realize the actual power of meeting people across 7 seas. So this inspires me to keep doing good work and coming back here and bringing better films.
I want to thank Neetu. I want to thank the Indian Film Festival of Melbourne. I want to thank all the dignitaries, the Indian consulate people, all of you here who spent hours sitting here. And you know, since I was leaving India, I was made to understand how forward everyone is looking to me being here. And I really cherish this moment. I want to thank you.
I'm feeling so lucky. You know, I waited from 5.5 years since I came here. I was waiting when Shah Rukh Khan will come, and I'll come and see him. It was just like a dream coming true.
First person he held hands with, and then I touched him on it. He's so nice and humble. We're so lucky right now. She saw him 20 years ago and came back.
Yeah, he was here about 20 years ago and he's back in the same place. So good to see him.
I've never been to the Indian Film Festival before, and I'm going to say I'll be coming back.
Melbourne set for a colourful dose of Bollywood as some of Indian cinema's biggest stars hit town. It's the biggest celebration of the popular film genre in the Southern Hemisphere. And Natasha Exelby is on the red carpet for the opening night. Tash, the arrival of one superstar has even made headlines back in India.
It has indeed. You've got to love stories like this, Jen, when Bollywood, my mistake, Bollywood's biggest star, Shah Rukh Khan, arrived in Melbourne last night. He was swarmed by fans, and he actually got his driver to stop his car, pull over, and he got out to take his own selfie with all of his fans. He's posted that online. It's gone viral, and hashtag Melbourne is now trending in India. Shah Rukh Khan is one of a series of superstar Bollywood lineups that are going to be here on the red carpet tonight. It's all part of Melbourne's Film Festival for India. There's going to be 60 movies shown over the next week or so, Jen, in 21 different languages. But I've got to say, what I'm most looking forward to is that I've had on good authority that an elephant is about to walk down this red carpet behind me, or at least that's going to be happening in the next 30 minutes. So I'm going to try and get a selfie with him. I don't know if that will trend in India, but I'll do my best.
I'm sure it will. Thank you very much, Tash. Well, now here's Stephen looking ahead to tonight's sport, and there's some big...
Tash, tell us about the big Bollywood premiere you went to last night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly the entertainment Rain Man that you are, Ange, so I didn't know that much about Bollywood, but gee whiz, I learnt a thing or two. There's a guy called Shah Rukh Khan, and he is quite the biscuit.
Who are you most looking forward to seeing this evening?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. He's the Tom Cruise of India.
I'm freezing. Anything for him. That's okay.
In India, around 14 million people every day go to the cinema to see a Bollywood film, and they pay around a whole day's salary to do it. Is Isha real?
Isha, are you a real elephant? Well, she thinks she's real, and I think she's real. We can't both be wrong.
No.
This is amazing. You know how we love culture in Victoria and we love our Indian community. So the combination is fantastic.
This must be pretty weird for you, being somewhere and you're not the main attraction.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but I've done this a few years now, so I'm getting a little bit more used to it.
So I've just been told that Shah Rukh Khan is going to arrive soon, and when he does, this place is gonna go nuts.
I am predicting as soon as he steps out, there's going to be screaming, there's going to be shouting, there's going to be pushing, and people are going to go crazy. They might even be crying.
So we waited and we waited and we waited all that time, and we didn't even get to see Shah Rukh. Actually, I think I got about this close to him. But now we're inside. At least it's warm in here.
Now it is over.
The world's biggest movie stars has come to Melbourne and unleashed a fan frenzy. He's the king of Bollywood and the face of more than 80 films. He's been mobbed everywhere he goes.
You may not know his name, but you will know his face and his moves. At 53, Shah Rukh Khan is one of the world's biggest stars. And it was clear today the king of Bollywood has no shortage of fans down under.
It's like one of my life dreams. My hands are shaking.
He's a legend. He's a superstar of India.
Shah Rukh, we love you!
Beloved by hundreds of millions of people worldwide, King Khan, as he's known, has appeared in 80 movies, amassing a fortune estimated at around $1 billion Australian dollars. But it's his humanitarian efforts that he values the most.
I've been given a lot more than I actually deserve.
Today he took centre stage in Melbourne, awarded an honorary doctorate by La Trobe University for his work helping underprivileged children and empowering women.
There persists in the fabric of humanity a deep conviction of love and cooperation.
Khan has left his mark on Melbourne in more ways than one today, announcing a La Trobe PhD scholarship in his name to help support women doing vital research into health, IT and engineering.
Choose a girl every year from India and get her to come and have an opportunity to study here.
Typically humble throughout his visit, the megastar was mobbed at the Indian Film Festival last night and farewelled this afternoon in style.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Christy Mayer, 7 News.
7news.com.au happening.